Yeah, let's go.
First of all, Karabo, thank you very much for your time. What a day today, what a chat you had there about women and contracts. Just a reflection of what happened today.
Well, this is one event in my calendar that I look forward to so much, not only because I get to speak and share the knowledge, but I get to learn. I think Momentum is one of the few organizations that is really serious about empowering women and women in sports. So from branding, contracts, hey, building yourself, building your finances, this is the event to be at year on year, because it's even different every year. It builds from the last year. And so, yeah, this is one phenomenal event.
And when you look at the idea that this is the third year running,
Yeah.
Do you feel it is making a bit of a difference in women's sport?
I think so. I think all things with women's sports are going to take time. But when we do it once in and out, it becomes a talk shop. When we do building from one level to another, it becomes a movement. If you look at what Momentum are doing this year, they are even saying, we'll partner in your business. I mean, you have a sports person, and if you have a business idea, Momentum are willing to say, if it's the right business study, we're gonna back you up, you know? So I think year on year, even I am bringing different content every year. So I think that it is a movement that is seeing the women grow, push the needle, but obviously things take time. So it's not like, oh, we're gonna move out into a transformed world after this event, but at least we have the knowledge and at least we're alive.
Just a bit about the topic that we're focusing on today. What was the thinking from your side to can be able to feel that you really needed to tackle that with the guys in there?
I think the pressing point is that contracts should not be intimidating, and all contracts, whether it be your sports contract, your sponsorship contract, or your employment contract. I think it's important for women to know in general that you can negotiate up. You can be your own agent before you get an agent, because there's this misconception that the agent will fix everything. It's not true. I think that once you start to organize yourself and treat yourself as a brand, then you're going to see the rewards from that. So that was my big thing that I wanted to impress, the big takeaway, to say organize yourself, gain insight and understanding, put the contract in AI, in ChatGPT if you have to, but you've got it. You know, you don't have to be alone.
Are we making progress in seeing, the growth of intermediaries, or AKA football agents, women's football agents?
Yes, I think we are. I think if you see in general, the women that are being represented now is a far cry from when I started in 2008. In 2008, I was the only agent representing Amanda Dlamini, and I want to be honest, I was learning, and the corporates weren't responding. But now you have Bukamoso with Jessica Ngomo. You have so many women who are trying to be with the women and grow with the women. So I think there are phenomenal strides. I think we can still see even the men come in and support women in sports, but that's still a far off journey.
Do you get a fair treatment as ladies intermediaries or agent?
I think you get more of a ear. They may not be able to offer what the boys offer, but they are at least willing to engage on real issues. I think that a lot of the contracts that I'm doing are for the Sundowns ladies, and you can see that the management and administration is trying to think creatively about putting women closer to the men.
So you are saying you are also getting the respect that you deserve as a female agent?
I mean, I think the respect really comes with time. I think the respect comes with upskilling yourself. I said inside there, I had the FIFA license, but not the access to these rooms. And what I needed to do is to upskill myself such that it is undeniable, my presence, because we will sue you if you don't pay attention to us. So I think that, it's been this year 18 years in this industry. And I think that we are getting the recognition in all rooms, men and females, as it should be.
What really, because you kind of hinted, but you didn't go straight into it. What really propelled you to get into this space?
If I'm really honest, Nane, I think that the calling always chooses you. Initially, I mean, my first degree is in politics. All I knew is that I love football, and I loved it with like a soaring passion. And so when we started out this agency, there was 3 of us, and I didn't take it seriously. You know, I thought, like the coaching clinics, it'll be fun. Little did I know that actually that's going to be the hook for me. So I think that one, your calling always calls you before you know you're going to go into it. And then if you stay the course, so the more I stayed into it, the more I was curious about the injustices I was seeing. Players' contracts being so bad, but they called professional players. Inquiring more, wanting to sit for the exam, you know, then doing the law degree. So I think that it started from a love, but really it pulled me closer. And I think just, I love speaking for people. So that's what pulled me in.
Just out of what's happening today, talking about the business that you've done this season, how excited are you?
I'm grateful because I know that it's not a must that the transfer window looks so good as it has, and I think that it really shows that if you stay the course, you do carve the way for yourself. And so this season we've had 3 international signings or movements, and we're working on a few more. That doesn't take away from when I started. There was that effort. I mean, we really knocked on those doors and hardly few opened. But to really see it come to fold, you have a 30-year-old captain of one of the biggest teams, Kaiser Chiefs, going to Austria. People say that does not happen. You have one of the youngest players in another big team. He goes to a league where they say people retire. So you have this unconventional ways of doing business. So I think for me, it speaks to our character. I think that our agency are outliers. We want to push the needle for our clients. Where they say you can't go, you go, you know. And so, yeah, I'm ecstatic to see Mohau Nkota go to Saudi, ecstatic to see Yussuf Maart go to Austria, ecstatic for the future of what it means, you know.
Is it more easy or difficult to negotiate contracts in Europe compared to here in South Africa?
In some regards, yes. It's better to negotiate outside because I think that in your jurisdiction, like, they know you. Like, where do you come from? It reminds me of, I'm a person of faith, so there's a Bible verse that says, a man is without honor in his own hometown. So in your hometown, but those who know and appreciate what you're doing, they'll give you respect and honor. So I find it quite beautiful to go out and speak to Saudi teams, speak to Austrian teams, and deals get done faster than what you're experiencing in South Africa. That's not to say that's the general experience, but it does happen sometimes that you get more business done outside. Yeah.
So for today's day, what is your take on the summit?
What is my take?
Yeah,
like takeaway? Yeah. Or I think that the takeaway is that we're professionalizing. As women in sports, we're not just asking for bread, but we're carving the ingredients. Like, we are understanding what it means to partner with corporates. And we are starting to learn the lingo so that when we're asking for contracts, we can ask it from an informed point of view and not just because we're celebrity. Yeah.
I want to ask, just that this thing I stop easy. But I want to ask you, Saleng, how happy are you to see him happy?
Extremely happy to see him happy. And I think the first and foremost is a person's well-being, because behind the athlete there's a human being. And so for me, to recover the human being is more important than the excellence of the athlete on the field. If you are not okay, you won't perform on the field of play. And so I think with him being at Orbit, obviously it's with a team that found him, discovered him, mentored him, for him to recover himself, recover his confidence. It will be a situation where we'll see the athlete's excellence again.